Welcome back to the Coruscant Report, the holonet's #1 source of Imperial-approved news. Today I've been instructed to report you on what led to the Imperial siege of Mandalore, to clear some doubts some might have and to explain to you why the now infamous Knight of 1,000 Years was necessary to protect you, a proud citizen of the Empire. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? The Mandalorians were a clan-based group composed of members of different species, bound by common creed and code. They have played a big role in galactic history in the last millennia, during which they've made a reputation for themselves as religious zealots, mercenaries, and also as genocidal conquerors, being without mercy and leaving nothing but death and destruction in their wake, often between their own clans in a fight for the Mandalorian throne. The Mandalorians had access to some of the most advanced armor and the knowledge to forge Beskar steel. During the Clone Wars and the years before, the constant infighting between several clans and despicable Jedi on Mandalore led to the scouring of their own land. These civil wars got so far out of hand that the Mandalorians eventually had to build domed cities for their population to be able to survive on their own planet. At the end of the Clone Wars, the Grand Army of the Republic liberated Mandalore from the rule of Maul, after which a peacekeeping force was left behind on the planet to ensure a peaceful transition of power to Gar Saxon as Imperial Viceroy of Mandalore. During his years of governing, Gar Saxon oversaw the creation of a squadron of Imperial Super Commandos, leading to his promotion to the role of Emperor's Hand. These Imperial Commandos acted as elite enforcers of the Empire, carrying out many high-stake missions. Their beautiful armor was designed from the strongest Beskar steel, and was styled to have similarities to Stormtrooper armor, displaying the full might of our beloved Empire. And so the Empire ruled Mandalore and its clans for years. Most of the Mandalorian clans supported Gar Saxon's rule. Clan Ren, however, had rebel tendencies. They were supported by a terrorist cell known as the Spectres, featuring 2 fugitive Jedi. They lured Gar Saxon and his squadron of commandos into a trap, and murdered him in cold blood. Saxon's death plunged Mandalore into a new civil war. Clan Ren later allied itself with the other clans, since they presented a weapon which held great spiritual value to the Mandalorian people. Whoever would wield this saber after winning it in battle would be Mandalore's rightful ruler according to their dogmatic beliefs. Many Imperial and Mandalorian lives were lost during this civil war. The Empire was now faced with a challenge and a new war that could potentially last years, if not forever. The Mandalorians were a people that didn't surrender, followed dogmatic beliefs, possessed nearly invulnerable Beskar armor, were in direct communication with terrorist cells, and history proved them to be conquerors. It would be impossible to restore order to Mandalore, and this could prove to be a long-lasting threat to the stability of the galaxy as a whole. Something had to be done. Our Emperor weighed his options, and came to the conclusion that years of orbital bombardments would take too long and cost too much, and this was time the Empire didn't have. Already there were rumors of new terrorist cells and at the time unconfirmed attacks. There could be only one option. The Empire had to launch a swift counterattack which would ensure the Mandalorians could not lend support to terrorists and conquer any longer. This led to the Imperial Siege of Mandalore, which some call the Purge of Mandalore. During this siege, the goal wasn't to commit genocide against the Mandalorian people, as conspiracy theorists would like you to think, but instead to crush the Mandalorian spirit to ensure it would never rise again, and cutting off their supply of near invulnerable Beskar, which they planned to use against the Empire. Their domed cities were bombed. Due to the effect of the fusion bombs, the large quantity of sand, caused by Mandalorian infighting in the past, on the surface of the planet turned into trinite, making a large part of the planet uninhabitable. In the aftermath of the fall of Mandalore, the religious weapon came into Imperial hands and was wielded by ISB agent Gideon, a proud hero of the Empire and later promoted to Moff. The Empire now possessed the fabled darksaber, but there were no more Mandalorian people left on Mandalore to rally behind the wielder of the weapon. It is a tragic tale that warns us of the dangers of a society of conquerors and mercenaries, and the importance of establishing order swiftly on all the Empire's territory, for the safety of all citizens of the Empire. This has been Coruscant Report. We appreciate you tuned in to another episode of our ongoing series in which we debunk rebel terrorist conspiracy theories. Feel free to discuss your Imperial-approved opinions of the Mandalorian Purge in the comments section below.